Hello friends, is your car misfiring, running rough, or struggling to start? If your check engine light is on and showing code P0353, you could be dealing with a serious ignition issue. This code refers to an ignition coil C, primary-secondary circuit malfunction. If left unfixed, it can lead to engine hesitation, poor fuel economy, and even long-term engine damage. In this video, we'll explain what P0353 means, its symptoms, sensor location, and how to fix it. Let's get started. So what is P0353? Well, P0353 stands for Ignition Coil C, primary-secondary circuit malfunction. The ignition coil is responsible for converting low-voltage power into high voltage to fire the spark plugs. The powertrain control module, or PCM, constantly monitors this circuit. And if it detects an issue with ignition coil C, it triggers code P0353. This means your engine might misfire, hesitate, or have trouble starting. Common symptoms of P0353 include the check engine light being on, engine misfires and hesitation, rough idling or stalling, loss of power and acceleration issues, reduced fuel efficiency, and hard starting or even no start. Ignoring this issue could cause catalytic converter failure due to unburned fuel entering the exhaust system. Now where should you check for the sensor? The ignition coil C is located on the cylinder head, directly above the spark plug of cylinder 3. In an inline-4 engine, the ignition coils are in a row, mounted on top of the spark plugs. For a V6 or V8 engine, each bank of cylinders has its own ignition coils, and coil C typically corresponds to cylinder 3, though you should check your car's service manual for exact numbering. In some older vehicles, the ignition system uses a coil pack instead of individual coils, and the coil pack is usually mounted near the intake manifold. A little tip: always refer to your vehicle's owner's manual to verify the exact ignition coil location. Now, let's look at some common causes of P0353. These can include a faulty ignition coil C that may be burned out or physically damaged, wiring issues like loose, frayed, or corroded wires that can break the circuit connection, a bad spark plug or spark plug wires that can overwork the ignition coil, a faulty PCM, although this is rare, and a blown fuse or relay problem in the ignition circuit that can cause the coil to stop working. Alright, so how do you fix P0353? Let's break it down step by step. First, use an obd2 scanner to check for related misfire codes like P0303, which indicates a misfire in cylinder 3. Next, locate ignition coil C in cylinder 3 and inspect it for any cracks, oil contamination, or burn marks. Then check the wiring harness and connectors for any loose, corroded, or damaged wires. After that, test the spark plug and ignition coil using a multimeter to check their resistance and voltage output. If the coil turns out to be faulty, go ahead and replace it with a new one. Also, make sure to inspect and replace any blown fuses or relays. Finally, clear the codes using an obd2 scanner and take the car for a test drive to confirm the fix. Now, a few final words. A failing ignition coil C can cause misfires, power loss, and poor engine performance. Fixing P0353 early will keep your engine running smoothly and prevent expensive repairs. Want to learn more about related issues? Watch these next videos. P0004, Fuel Volume Regulator Control Circuit High, and P0005, Fuel Shutoff, Valve Control Circuit Open. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to IG Garage for more expert car repair tips.